Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating this love card using an adorable stamp set Snuggle bunny from the Colorado craft company. Now this stamp set is really tiny but it's so precious and I adore it. I'm also using the basic rectangles from Mama Elephant and I cut it out of some watercolor paper. Now I'm going to do some no-line coloring with distress ink, so I'm stamping my image using antique linen distress ink, but my sentiment I am keeping black using the Gina Designs Amalgam ink. Now just in case you're living in Europe and you want to get these adorable stamps from the Colorado craft company, Carte Nouveau is a Belgian web shop and they sell this amazing brand. I try to resist this brand because it's way too cute, but if I am buying these stamps as well all the time, then I will get in trouble. So I have this tiny one and I couldn't wait to share it with you, this card, giving you some inspiration. Now you can create a lot even with this tiny stamp set, but I decided to keep it really simple and focus on a bit of watercoloring on these images. Normally when I color with my distress inks, I use Strathmore Bristle Smooth. That's a paper that can handle a bit of water, not too much, and just in case I had to wiggle around with water a lot, I decided today to use a watercolor paper that can handle a bit more than what I'm used of the Strathmore Bristle Smooth. But any watercolor paper you have at home will probably work, so you don't need to do anything crazy, just take what you have and try it out. Also for today, with the watercoloring, I challenged myself to keep some areas white if needed, and well, there is not as much white as I intended to have, but there is some white, so that challenge for myself sort of worked out. Now when I'm doing no line coloring, and that's currently not changing, I'm doing it a while now like this, I'm taking quite a lot of the ink onto my paintbrush with barely any water, and then I'm adding that pigment onto the edges of my image. Afterwards I create a damp to a bit of a wet paintbrush, since I'm not using the Bristol and this can handle more water. I'm just going with that clean paintbrush with water and I drag that color towards the rest of the image. Now that's what I keep doing, and I just add layers until I'm happy with the depth created and the shadows that are there. Now on this bunny I succeeded and kept a wide area, so I'm really glad about that. The other one, it was a bit harder, but I kept quite a few areas lighter than the rest. Also, there are lovely details as you see me doing. I'm trying to add them before I start on the spreading of the color, and if it fades a bit, that's not an issue, but just adding that ink already on there straight away, in my opinion, it helps with seeing those details once you add water and you are trying to move the pigment around. So that's what I'm doing here as well. Here my paintbrush is a bit more wet and I'm just dragging the color towards the rest of the image. Sometimes I'm going back over those details if needed, and then I'm just adding layers and layers. I had to add a few layers before I was happy with the depth of this bunny, but I also think that it's a bit because of my ink pad that is going a bit drier. And so I can't get as much pigment on my paintbrush when I'm trying to get it on there as with my ink pads that are, well, more wet. So that might be a reason, but as I said in previous videos, I'm slowly building up refills for my distress inks, not everything at once, because, well, I still have to buy the stamps. Stamps will always be first before all the refills and stuff like that. So onto the grass, I'm just using one green today. I'm using the peeled paint and I'm adding it on the left of the grasses, and then I'm just making sure that I am spreading that pigment around. So as you can see, I tried sort of to have the shadows always on the left, also on the bunnies. But well, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. As long as it's cute, it's lovely, you had fun with coloring, then everything is just fine. I had to wiggle a bit with the bottom, but in the end I am actually really happy with how this turned out. There isn't much coloring, it's a tiny image, and you can create a sky if you want to. You can put this image in the middle of your card if you want to. You can do anything you want with it. But for today, for this card, I just wanted to keep it as simple and precious as the stamp set itself. I didn't want to add anything more. You can add sequins and embellishments. I would go for a clear one or just something that will not distract but will be there. But I just thought I'm keeping it like this. It's perfectly cute and fine as it is. So I hope that you think the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. I wish you all a fabulous day. I will be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!